Manic Monday, everybody. Look at this guy. This man is back. It's got me feeling nicely. The Raiders didn't make me feel nice yesterday. I'll get to that on Wednesday. Be unleashed for some hell, because I'm going to unleash it, okay? But this guy is back. Sammy the Man McIntyre with Moving the Chains podcast. Hope we're doing well today. We have got a loaded show. I'm recording this right before the Jaguars-Chiefs game. I'm trying to get everything settled in. So, Raider-Colt game was great. Tailgated, Raider Nation. Raiders! It was awesome. Wish the outcome was better. I don't know what to make of the Raiders right now. They've got a do-or-die game against the Titans. I will get to that Wednesday, so stay tuned. But I want to start with the Sunday night game. So, Adam Black's one of the biggest Patriot fans I know, and a couple other people. That was stunning last night. I before that game, I picked Bills. I'm like, they're at home, Drake May, big spot. Not ready yet. Bills were favored by 7.5. And then I watched that game unfold, and a couple takeaways for me. I want to start with New England's side of it. To go from Gerard Mayo to Mike Vrabel is fantastic. And it is one of the biggest upgrades of this offseason. It's like when the Lions got Dan Campbell. Tough guy, former player, putting a dip in. Fucking A, let's go. Like, he just rocks and rolls. Culture, toughness, badass. Everything about Mike Vrabel, I love. And I loved him in Tennessee. He did it he overachieved. He had Ryan Tannehill, who was just meh. And he got him the AFC Championship game. This guy knows what he's doing. He's a badass. He's tough. He fits. And when they drafted Will Campbell, my guy from LSU, who's one of my favorite players of all this draft last year, I went, that's a Mike Vrabel guy. That's a staple for their program. Badass, tough, grinder, just fits everything Mike Vrabel wants. And I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the fruition of its labor. Listen, they still got a long way to go. That is a statement win last night because that shows, hey, we're here to stay, Buffalo. You've had this division for 5 years. We're going to compete with you. And I said it before the year, and I'm going back to my notes here. Before the summer, I said, if I got it here, look at my notes here. Yep, I had before the summer. I had Bills, Patriots right there, and I am right on the money with that pick because this Patriot team is a playoff team. Drake May looks awesome. 6 touchdowns, 1 pick lately. He is balling. The one thing I want from Drake May, and listen, his comp was Herbert coming out of college. Can you make big boy throws? Can you? Because last night he made big boy throws. It's just Stephon Diggs, who looked like a man possessed. You knew that game meant something to him. In Buffalo, under the lights, white out. Those jerseys are crispy, by the way, for Buffalo. Excuse me. But my point is, he helped Drake out so much last night. Drake May looks like a grown-up. He's a great kid. We knew the physical talent. We watched it last year. You can't judge him last year. Like Caleb Williams, yeah, he put up numbers, but the game was out of reach. It was garbage time. They were down a bunch at halftime. So I'm not making too much out of that. But this guy, I think New England's got their guy. And I said it a couple times last year. They have their guy. Now it's just, okay, keep flowing with depth on the receiver position. Keep getting guys at the perimeter. Get some speed, man, because outside Stephon Diggs, there's not a lot else. And listen, the run game was kind of makeshift last night. I like Ramondre Stevenson from Oklahoma. Got a little bit of a fumbling problem, but he's a good player. And I like Travion Henderson. I like the O-line is looking like it's starting to gel. Will Campbell, he's a badass, blocking Bosa last night. That's why you picked him 4th overall, to be your blindside protector for Drake May for the next decade. This guy's got it. And listen, I got to give credit where credit's due. Christian Gonzalez, I read a stat today when I was at the gym tonight. I screenshotted it. I wanted to share it with you guys. Christian Gonzalez, who the Raiders, I liked him coming out of Colorado. I liked him a lot. He was in that 23 draft, and I said at the time, played all 61 snaps last night, had one of the 2 Patriot pass breaks up, 6 tackles, was targeted 4 times, only gave up 1 catch last night. Fantastic. Keon Coleman's a tough matchup for anybody. He shut his ass down last night. So, with New England, listen, this is going to be, you're getting there. And this is a great step in the right direction to beat Buffalo in Buffalo under the lights. That's awesome, fantastic. I love it. Keep it rolling because the next couple weeks you get some easy ones. And this year's schedule is kind of crap because you get the last place team gets the last place schedule. So I do think you're in the right direction. I love where this team's going. I love Vrabel, the badass, the toughness, everything that the Patriots have on 4. That was the playoff team last night, and they are going to be in the playoffs, I believe, when the year is over, along with the Bills in that division. So I want to touch on the Bills because I had Josh Allen last night, in my fantasy football league. He was killing it last night. He's awesome. I mean, he is one of the best quarterbacks, talents, players I've ever seen. And I've watched football for 18 years. He's a freaking unicorn, man. You do not find guys like that on the planet. You don't. And his story's remarkable from Fireball. We know all the shit. But last night, I kept thinking this last night. Is Sean McDermott time to go? I really think it's time. I know. Listen, I thought about this a lot. I've said this before repeatedly. I appreciate Sean McDermott and he kind of changing the Bills. They were a crapshoot. They were dysfunctional when Brady was in the division. He kicked their ass. All that I understand. And I'm not trying to sit here and beat a dead horse here. But, dude, this is like, you were sloppy last night again. Why are you so reliant on Josh Allen all the time? Why? Stop doing it. Come on, like, you have to do more. Keep this game balanced. It's so Josh Allen reliant, it drives me crazy at times in Buffalo. They're undisciplined, which from a defensive guy I thought they would be. They're not. So something's missing. I don't know what it is in that gene pool out in Orchard Park. Something's missing. Because there is no excuse. You've got Josh freaking Allen. You have not even made a Super Bowl yet? I know you got the Chiefs. Okay. Manning had Brady to get through in the AFC. Okay. But Manning still got to a couple Super Bowls. And you're not. So I'm just very disgusted with Buffalo this morning. That is a bad loss at home, under lights. And listen, you're never going to go undefeated. But, man, I just look at this team, and there's something's missing. And their defense has got to get better against the run. They have got to go get a no-stuffing defensive tackle at the trade deadline. They have to do it, because if they do not, they're going to keep having these problems in the big games against the playoff-level teams like the Patriots, like teams like that. It was the Ravens, but that's a shit show. So you have to get better at the defensive line, and you got to hurt some people. So I still think Buffalo's a good team. They're like puzzling. I don't know why they do this all the time with me, where they just can't get it going with their team. I don't get it. I don't understand it. So I want to touch on a game that really holds true to my heart. Was Buccaneers-Seahawks yesterday. I was on my way home from the game. And I knew Buccaneers and Seahawks were playing. And by the way, those jerseys are absolutely crispy. I love them to death. So Baker Mayfield, Sammy Darnold, my two guys, my doppelgangers, the ones that I love. Baker the most, but I love Sammy too. He's got my name, so you get brownie points for that. I love you, bro. Baker Mayfield, 29-33, 379, 2 tutties, 0 picks yesterday. Darnold just as accurate. 28-34, 341, 4 touchdowns. Had the 1 pick. Not entirely his fault. Todd Bowles called a great blitz at the end of the game. So let me start with this. So Baker Mayfield on the Tampa Bay side, put him in the MVP right now. This guy's balling. They got teammates buying into him. He's found his home in Tampa. He's slimmed down. He looks a lot thinner. He looks crisper. I heard he found God. Who knows? He looks awesome. And Baker, listen, I'm a big Baker Mayfield fan. I was before he came out of Oklahoma. He's my doppelganger. He's got a little edge to him, a little pizzazz. And I was thinking about this today, too. Both these guys, personality-wise, mesh with me. Because I love Baker's competitiveness, the fiery, chip on the shoulder, nobody gave me a chance attitude with Sam Darnold's likability, gets along with people. I'm not saying Baker didn't. He kind of had some stumbles early on. But it just goes to show you, man, these guys worked their butts off. They put their head down. They grinded. They found the right place, right system, right situation. And that's all it takes sometimes. And I'm just happy for both these guys. But on the Tampa Bay side of it, they're winning this division again. They're kicking everybody's ass. They're getting healthy. You know, everybody was bitching about, oh, Mika Buka, why did they take them? They had receivers. Oh, my God. Sometimes you can add depth. Because you never know, man. Look at the Chargers right now. This is a perfect example. Okay, you draft Rashawn Slater and you have Joe Alt. What happens? You go down two offensive linemen. It's a joke. So you can bitch and moan about, whoa, the guys, I don't care. So, listen, Tampa Bay is going to be good, and they're going to get guys back, and it's going to be phenomenal. In a stat I saw yesterday with Mika Buka, 425 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns in his first 5 career games. Only 3 guys have done that. 2 guys before him. 98 Randy Moss took the league by storm. That was when the Attitude Era was kicking everybody's ass. I loved it. And then 2021 Jamar Chase, when I moved out for the first time, he was balling first 5 games. I remember he had a couple touchdowns against the Bears. So that, to me, Tampa Bay, that's why you did it. And this franchise is stacked now. They are a good team. Todd Bowles a solid coach. They get the right defense. Vita Vea is unblockable. He, didn't do much yesterday. That was a classic shootout game. But, man, I just love both these guys. And that was a playoff game yesterday. I told one of my buddies, Kevin Craner, tonight at the gym, it's a playoff game. And that felt like one yesterday. Back and forth, high scoring, great games, great quarterback play. I was just in awe of it. So, on the Tampa side of it, they're going to be good. I'm bullish on them. They are like one of the top seeds right now to get home field. Don't be shocked by the end of the year they're in that tournament, in the dance to get there. On the terms of Seattle side, listen, Sam Darnold's a really good player now. Listen, I know he has his fuck-ups. I know he screws up sometimes. He's really cut the picks down. This offense with Clint Kubiak really fits him. It did last year with Derek Carr, but the Saints kind of had some injuries and just derailed it, lost 7 in a row. We all saw the story. But now with Sam Darnold, with this Clint Kubiak offense, they got weapons for days. I love that Arroyo, the tight end at Miami. He was a stud, badass, loved him. Love him. Jackson Smith, the jig was balling. An Ohio State guy. They just keep churning out receivers. Good God, they're good. And then I'm watching. They got the good running game. Their offensive line's getting better. Still a work in progress. I love Gray Zabel, but they got to get that better. But I love this. They are just balling right now. Sammy Darnold is playing with a really good head on his shoulders. I love this kid. I love both these guys. And it just was cool to watch yesterday. I was so happy for Baker and Sam both finding spots. Tampa Bay perspective, they're going to be good. They're winning this division. They're going to be a playoff team for sure. Pencil them in right now in the NFC. Seattle, I'm a little bit more bullish on. They're going to get some guys back, but that defense is stacked. Really young, sharp defensive coach in Mike McDonald. They got that thing rolling up there in the Pacific Northwest. So, last game I want to touch about, because I'll touch on more games throughout the week. I want to touch on Denver. Denver beat Philadelphia. I was on my way home. It was 17-3 Philly. I went, uh-oh. It's not looking good. And then what happened? Philadelphia took a shit and fell apart, and Denver won. And good for Denver. Listen, I hate the Broncos as much as anybody. Got to give credit where credit's due. Sean Payton's a hell of a coach. May not be my cup of tea at times, but he's a good coach. Won a Super Bowl. He's accomplished. He's done a lot. I will say this. Denver, to me, they're a good football team, man. All around. I love their defense. They can get after people. 6 sacks on Jalen Hurts yesterday. Bo Nix looks composed. Again, a little bit Jekyll, a little bit of Hyde. You don't know what half he's going to ball out, what half he's going to suck and blow in. But he's still a solid quarterback with Sean Payton in his ear. That's why when he slept, everybody was complaining. No, you get to that kind of spot, you're in a good spot with an offensive head coach. I believe that to be true. I will say Denver's going to be fine. They're 3-2 right now. They're on a roll right now. It's crazy to think 3-2, 3-2, and 3-2. The AFC West is just crazy. If the Raiders can get their head out of their ass, maybe they could creep back in. Who knows? I don't know. But I will say this. So Denver, on that side of it, they're a good football team. I'm really buying into them. Their defense can get after people. I love what Vance Joseph's doing. It's crazy to think 2 years ago they gave up 70 points in Miami to this defense now. It's a transformation. Sometimes you got to give it time. I know patience is very limited in our generation and in football sometimes. But I want to flip over to Philadelphia. This is not a player situation that is struggling. Yes, they're force-feeding it to A.J. Brown, who I am tired of. And I got to be honest with you, sick of his shit. Okay? Something's off with Jalen. Listen, they can backtrack that all day and fact-check. Oh, Brandon Graham. I don't care. There's something weird going on up there in Philadelphia. Something is. And they better get this figured out and ironed out. Because A.J. Brown, you're not trading an all-star guy like that. You just can't. You're just not. Because who would you trade him to? Right? I mean, he's already paid $33 million. There's no point. Get that figured out. And I'm watching Saquon Barkley's carries been cut in half. This offensive line is not an elite unit right now. They're in the middle of the pack right now. To me, the best offensive lines in football, Detroit, and I can't think of anybody else in the NFC. I mean, they are dominant right now. Detroit is. So that, to me, bothers me with Philadelphia. And they better get their head right, because this was a bad... Listen, Nick Sirianni can get all the crap, and I still can't stand him at times because he's annoying, obnoxious, and kind of a prick. However, this is still a stacked roster. They're going to be okay. They're going to win this division because I don't trust the Redskins, although they're keeping it close. Dallas looks okay. Giants are a crapshoot. But something's off. And Sirianni's not a scheme guy. He's a very offensive coordinator-dependent coach. So when he's had the right ones, Super Bowls. When he hasn't, 2023 flame out. So I believe that's where it's heading. I'm not saying it can't get better. I'm sure he's a nice guy, this Kevin Patola guy, but it's not working. He's trying to call the perfect play at the perfect time. Some guys have a feel for it, some guys don't. And maybe he's one of those guys that just doesn't. I don't know. But this team needs to get right. They've been kind of leaking oil for the first 5 weeks. It's just not the players. The same players were there last year. They had guys leave. They have new guys. So something's got to give in Philadelphia. And you got to be a little bit concerned if you're an Eagle fan because that was not good yesterday at home. And listen, you lost. You were unbeaten. I got all that. But finally now you can sit back and go, okay, what we got to do better? So that's my biggest takeaway from that game. Just to recap, Denver's a good football team. Give them their props where props is due. Philadelphia, still good. Probably win the division. But got a lot of things to clean up and got to get some drama out of that damn building. That's why I hate receivers sometimes. So glad I'm back. Adios. Godspeed. Manic Monday. Stay tuned. Moving the Chains podcast, rocking and rolling all football season long, baby. Woo!